that I found very interesting. She has got very good content. A lot of you young people go on social media, or particularly on TikTok, just to throw, content anywhere. I'm not here to judge, but I think it is important that you get some good content, content which is helpful, content which is positive. This young lady, her name is a little bit difficult for me to pronounce. Or revive or revive. Yeah, this account. This young lady, I encourage you to follow this young lady. And if you go to her account, you will believe me, you agree with me that her content is very good.
Hey Ravai, what's been going on in Zambia in the past 7 days? Way too much! You follow me and you still don't know what Bill 7 is. Let's fix that. If you've never understood why load shedding is a thing, this video is for you. Donald Trump was in Zambia and you guys didn't tell me! You guys stoned the president! Good to know that I'm not alone based on yesterday's video when I said that I was tired of the Lungu story. So can we get into the rest of the news going on in this country? Am I the only person who's still tired of talking about Edgar Lungu's body? I think I must be, because that's all this video is going to be about. Let's get into the news.
These are the kind of people that we need to be following, and these are the kind of young people that we need to support as a country. We need to support young people that are bringing a positive outlook of our country. It is important. I am encouraging young people, be part of the positive change for our country, not just talking negativity, because I know a lot of young people are having some challenges, but bringing your frustration on social media, attacking leaders and saying all sorts of bad things about your country, it is not the best way to remove yourself from whatever challenges that you have. The best way is to be positive about your country, encourage those who are in leadership so that they can move the country forward. And consequently, or as a result, you will also be helped. One of the videos that this young lady did is on
Zambia has officially been removed from the list of countries in debt default.
Zambia for a long time was seen as a country that cannot pay its debt, and recently we have been removed from that bracket, and we're now being considered as people at least who can be able to pay their debt. But this young lady explains it much better than me. I don't even want to repeat what she said. All I'm going to do is share what she said. I'm going to share a full presentation. Take your time to listen to her and get the sense of what she's saying. Mostly, I am encouraging young people that please, can you start, putting out content that will show our country as a country that is good. I mean, bring out some positive things about Zambia. Bringing out negativity will not develop Zambia. Bringing out negativity on social media about Zambia, about Hakainde will not give you jobs, will not give you business opportunities. It will not give you opportunities. But if you bring out positivity, it will help our country to go upwards. And when it goes upwards, consequently, or as a result, you will also, be helped in your challenges. Anyway, listen to what this young lady said in her video.
Zambia has officially been removed from the list of countries in debt default. That is how happy a lot of you are looking when you're talking about this announcement, which is not a bad thing. It is a positive, okay? I'm not saying that what we're about to talk about is not a positive, but I need you to properly understand what that means, all right? And I'll explain it to you because a lot of you have tagged me and said that you don't understand what this means. I'll explain. But I need you to understand something first. Right now, this is a credit rating scale, okay? The one we are focusing on is the blue one, S&P. I'll explain what S&P is a little bit. S&P is the one we're focusing on today. I need you to understand where the story is starting from before I explain what the announcement means, okay? So like I said, Zambia was removed from the list of countries that were in debt default, right? So that means we were all the way down there, the blue column, D, down there, D, which says what? In default. When you are in default, that simply means the amount of money that you are owing to people, right? Be it countries, the World Bank, IMF, whoever you are owing money to, you simply cannot pay it back. You are in default. It's not possible for you to pay it back. The state of your economy does not allow for you to reach any point where you'll be able to pay that money back. You don't have the facilities, you don't have the capacity, you are not managing, basically. So that is where we were starting from as a country. We were in default, okay? So on Sunday, our Minister of Finance, Dr. Situmbeko over here, who we're kind of looking alike right now. Weird. Yes, so Dr. Situmbeko made an announcement stating that we have been upgraded out of default status. So back in September, government actually made a prediction that our 2026 is going to look a lot better than our previous years economic-wise, right? They estimate that the budget would be more than half and the economy is going to grow above 6% following the years that we have suffered from debt restructuring, first of all. And just to explain once again, debt restructuring does not mean that you no longer owe people this money. Debt restructuring simply means that you owed money, you were supposed to pay by this day. Now you have agreed with the person you owe money to pay them a little bit later so you can have time to make the money, right? Fix the economy, make the money, pay the money back. So that's debt restructuring. And also we went through a severe drought, as we know. We're currently still going through it. That's why we don't have power. Okay. So remember what I told you about S&P, the credit scale? Remember that. On Friday, S&P upgraded our long and short-term foreign currency credit rating, right? Listen, you know when people talk about credit scores, your credit score is basically how you're able to pay back the money that you borrow, how well you're able to do that, right? So if you borrow money today and you say that you'll pay it back by January. January comes, you pay it back. Or maybe you even finish paying it back before January. Then obviously you're going to have a good credit score, right? But if I borrow money today and I say I'll pay it back by January, we reach March and I'm still not able to pay it back, obviously then I'll have a bad credit score because I'm not able to pay back the money that I'm borrowing. That's sort of the same concept when it comes to countries and your foreign currency credit rating. You borrow money, how well are you able to pay it back? Okay, so they upgraded us from D. Remember we were at D in default. They have now upgraded us to a CC plus or a C, right? Let's look at that credit scale again. Okay, we're back. So remember we were here at a D. They have now upgraded us to CC plus, right? Now, this is the reason why I said it's a positive thing, but it's not as positive as people think. Because as you can see, we're still in junk status, all right? CCC plus simply means that we are still at a substantial risk of being in default. Or it said CCC plus / C. C just means default imminent with a little prospect for recovery. But I would say we're at substantial risk right now, right? Which is obviously a good thing because before, we were in default. They had decided completely that we could not pay the money back. Now they're saying, there's a possibility you might pay the money back. Or there's also a possibility you might not. But at least now there's a 50-50 chance that you might be able to pay it back. Now, according to S&P, the reason why they've decided to upgrade us is because, first of all, like I mentioned, our progress in restructuring our external debt. Okay, so the people we're owing have been very kind to restructure our debt payment plan. Okay. Also, we've improved our fiscal discipline. We're spending money where we're supposed to be spending it. And this is not according to me. It's according to S&P. Okay. So we've been spending money how we're supposed to spend it and where we're supposed to spend it and being a bit more frugal with where we're taking our money. Right. And also our economy is stabilizing after years of financial pressure. Okay. So S&P reports that as a country, we have reached debt restructuring agreements covering 94% of the 13.3 billion US dollars that we are currently owing. Okay? So 94% of that amount we have been able to restructure. Again, it does not mean that we still don't owe that money. It just means that we have made agreements with the people we're owing to pay it back a little bit later. Not right now, a little bit later. And based on the way the economy is going, S&P is basically saying it looks like based on the growth of the economy, by the time we're supposed to pay that money back, which is now a little bit later, we might be able to pay that money back, okay? Which is why we have now moved to CCC plus, okay? Now, only a small portion of commercial debt remains under negotiation, which is, I'm assuming, the remaining 6%, right? But 6% versus 94, I think we can tell which one's better, right? So S&P says the risk from creditors who have not yet agreed is very low because of the strong protection that we have built into our debt agreements. So even when we try to negotiate with the remaining 6%, it's very unlikely that they're going to refuse to restructure the debt. Another reason why we've been upgraded is, first of all, it looks like our economy is going on the up and up. It might not feel like it. I get it. I understand. But inflation is expected to return to single digits by next year. Foreign reserves have increased to 5.2 billion US dollars, and our debt levels are projected to keep falling. Okay, we are projected to not borrow as much money as we usually do. Our copper production has grown by 17.8% in the first half of 2025. That is a lot, guys. That is a significant amount of growth in the copper industry. And because of that, it means that our exports have been strengthened and our government revenue has also been strengthened. So they've been making more money because we have more copper production, right? So S&P says that the mining sector is going to continue being the anchor for our economic growth, which, I mean, finally, we've all been saying, like, how are we one of the biggest producers of copper in the world and it's not helping our economy? Finally, something's happening, right? Especially because the price of copper in the whole world, it's going up. So if they want to buy it, they got to come to us. So the minister basically said that this upgrade is a clear sign that Zambia's economic reforms are working. Basically, the plan that they had to fix the economy is working. And he also adds that the goal is now to ensure that the improvements that we have now lead to more people getting jobs, stable prices of goods, and better opportunities for all Zambians, which is all we want, right? So like I said, this is a good thing. It is a positive thing. S&P has said that we're on the up and up, but I feel like it's only going to be a real positive when we actually start to feel on the ground that things are improving. Because right now, I don't think a lot of people in Zambia would say that they can tell that the economy is on the up and up. But this is a good thing, okay? This is a good thing. It's a sign that we're going in the right direction, because countries are going to be more likely to want to invest in us when they see that our economy is booming. And the more money we bring in, the better life's going to be in it. So that's what that means, guys. You are so welcome for the explanation. I'm going to go. Bye.